In the group, we've been discussing and having some ideas towards the alignment of the quantum energies and what exactly do the quantum energies mean when they align with us. The question of aligning with the quantum energies is actually answered as soon as you are born on Earth. Every part of you is every part of the universe. And it's not a matter of aligning so much as a matter of remembering, opening, receiving, and accepting the possibility that all of these massive energies that exist are yours to have. A lot of times this becomes very confusing. It seems that people would like it to be more complicated than it is, and at times it is. But for our purpose, to align with the energies really only means that you open up your heart and you open up your mind to the possibilities of what everything is possible to have and to create and to give. So physicists have been looking at this, and in the time of Einstein and Tesla, more and more consideration was given to the quantum energies and exactly how they impacted Earth. Through that, there was a lot of experiments, and one of the most famous experiments was called a slit test. In the slit test, what they did was to take the quantum energy and have it just directly fire into a back wall. And what they noticed was it created what was called interference. In other words, it entered in through, but then remained around in arcs, and then gradually went against the wall in a pattern of 3. So when it was observed, the interference went away, but the pattern of 3 was still on the wall. And that remained until there was an opinion or thought that there shouldn't be 3 because there was only 2 slits. And immediately as that thought came, the quantum energies then produced a pattern of 2 against the wall. In other words, it matched what was thought. So it's powerful to think, and we sometimes question the purpose or how this could be, that our mere thought, a mere tiny thought, fluxes the quantum into a pattern of any type. So imagine all the thoughts that you have in your mind in one day, and how randomly you can have the quantum energies coming through you. Now, they will stream to you in a very direct way, but as they're coming through you, they're allowed to enter in what is called the matrix. And the matrix is somewhat of an illusion, the illusion that we create here on Earth. It's made for us so that we can actually be comfortable and calm about the fact that we are participating in something that is so vast. It covers the whole entire Earth. It covers our universe. And if we would, in our minds, think about this for even just a few seconds, a lot of times this would overwhelm our thought processes. And so the matrix exists. But for us, the thing is to remember that everything we see here is an illusion that we have made, and that we can control our participation both between the quantum energies and the matrix. And there was a very famous movie made about this. The movie has to do with the fact of this or that, and that is what is existing here on Earth. The quantum does not understand this or that. It understands inference. It will make a wide arc before it settles into a pattern. But here on Earth, we love to think about things that this or that, a duality. And the duality keeps us very calm in our thinking, and it keeps us from having too many experiences that we can't understand. But in reality, within ourselves, the universe exists very much just as it does around us. And so it is through how we see the world, how we see the universe, as to whether or not the matrix controls us or whether we are able to move freely around it and bring into it what we desire to have each day. Now, the matrix makes a very fine example for us to actually see this if we want, and that is with electricity. Man generates electricity on this earth, and he gives this out just as the quantum generates energy, and it sends it out. And so we can come to the place where we understand that electricity is manufactured and maintained and constantly streamed to our homes and to our businesses, and allows us to have the many pleasures in life, such as like such as air conditioning during summer months or heat during the winter months. So if you can think about the fact that you readily accept that this energy does exist and you can see it, and a lot of times we can feel it if we get shocked by it, then this would be the first tiny step of understanding that just to open yourself a little more, open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your spirit, and accept that this kind of energy is such a small fraction, and yet it illuminates our world. The quantum energy is the same. It is an illumination. It is a revelation. It is a creation. And to understand that when you have this illumination, this small illumination in your life called light, you actually have within yourself everything that is sent to you. It would be up to us to understand that to use electricity in our homes is only the smallest fraction of what we are able to do and create in using the quantum. And yet we are here every day in our homes and understanding and existing in what we can accept and understand. But that is only a very limited possibility. So if we go from this limited possibility and we understand that we are the masters of this energy, we turn this energy on and off every day. If we want to save energy, we turn it off. If we want to use energy, we turn it on. This is what you're doing. This is alignment. If you want alignment, you simply turn it on. You simply go to that switch, which happens to be in your chakra systems and mostly in your heart, but also in your mind. And you turn it on. You say, I receive. And pretty soon, this whole thing in your mind of this way or that way or another way, or it has to look like this, or it has to do that, or I have to do this, so I'm participating in that, that starts to fade away. And you realize you do nothing. You just receive. Because just like that energy plant that keeps sending out the energy, whether you turn it on or not, the quantum is the same. It just keeps streaming. And let's face it, in today's world, there's not 3 questions. There's a whole lot of things. And we can fracture this energy into as many pieces as we like, and we can make it almost impossible for us to receive it. But that's our decision. We are not just a physical body. We are an electrical body. We use EKGs and EEGs to measure the electricity in our body. And it is through the electrical pulses that you actually survive and live. So if you can imagine that you're just like your house, you receive electricity every day. You manufacture electricity through your cellular levels. If we come to the place where we understand there is not a separation between us and the quantum, it's in our minds that we think this. If we come to the place where we say that our power plant is not just this simple, tiny fraction of electricity that runs through our hearts and our brains to have an existence on this earth, if we take that and we move that on switch out of our minds, out of our thoughts, and say, no, there is something massively greater than this, and I have access to it, I am part of it, then this is when the quantum really aligns with us, because we allow it to. And it begins to enter us at a cellular level. And every cell in the human body has an electrical component to it, has an energy component to it. When we begin to flood all of our cells with this energy, then our vitality and our life and our energy itself expands, because it's no longer contained in this small little thing. It reaches far and wide, and the mainstream from the quantum continuously fills up any little tributary, any little part of it that we say that there is. And soon it is traveling everywhere in our life. And this is all there is. That the universe is around you, but it's within you. And you are not separate from the universe. You're not separate from this energy. It is very much a part of your life. And all that has to happen is receive.